Good morning, everybody. So Arlysse is sick today, and I'm stepping in to do the Pressbooks session for her. She did provide me with slides, which was very nice. Just going to pull up my chat. Thank you, Sherry.
Are you in
Okay.
presentation mode?
Um,
Or I'm seeing like
what are you seeing?
I'm just like seeing the full.
Oh, no, I haven't put it into
Okay,
presentation
all
mode
right.
yet. I don't like how it goes into full screen, so I'm going to leave it this way so that I can just move back and forth onto the Pressbooks. So this is Arlysse's slides, so I'll give her credit for this. This is the session on Pressbooks Sandbox, but I want to go to our website on the Pressbooks catalog. So first of all, I want to talk about Pressbooks a little bit. It is the university repository for open textbooks. Some people have used it for embedding videos, not just textual texts, but have created, like almost like what you would with the Moodle on the UR courses in a textbook format. So it's been used in a variety of ways. The Pressbooks catalog contains not just our resources. I'll put this link in the chat so you can have a look. This is our U of R catalog, but when you go to search it, you can see that you can bring up different institutions. So there's all of these different institutions. So it is a repository of open educational textbooks that is quite valuable. And in December, we're going to have a provincial textbook. So all of the institutions in Saskatchewan that are using Pressbooks as repositories are going to have a combined network of we're all going to be sharing the same catalog. And so it'll be important if you're wanting to look for our text to use the publisher, University of Regina. So that's our catalog. This is where you come to this page in order to create an account. We'll talk about the eligibility. This this session may have people from other institutions. So just to let you know, this is our institutional repository and our eligibility criteria. Your own institution will have its own. So so for us, the use of Pressbooks is permanent and term appointment faculty and academic staff members. And you can request a user account to gain full access by contacting me. If you are an APT staff member and if a Pressbook user account would be helpful for your university projects, I know we have CCE people are using it to develop a manual for using UR courses, that kind of thing. Just have your supervisor contact me and I will create an account on your behalf. Graduate students are also eligible if they are contact me by their faculty supervisor. And that's it for eligibility criteria. So what I'm going to do, first of all, is just demonstrate what you can do in creating a textbook. So once you have an account, you will have a dashboard. And the only thing when you get your account, you won't see all this. All you can do is either create or clone a book. So if you were to clone a book, that means you're adapting a book. So you would just click here and you would put in the URL website. And then here it's going to be, well, the book that you're cloning is going to have a new URL. So you would put in lowercase letters the name. So okay, do you want me to demonstrate this? Okay. I'd have to go out of here to demonstrate. So I'm going to go, here's Bettina's financial accounting book. So here's the URL. I want to clone it. So here's where I put that URL. Now I want to say, well, this is mine, and I'm going to make a new URL. So hers doesn't have the WP admin index PHP. Hers actually just goes up to here. So I'm going to take that out. So I'm going to say, well, this is financial empowerment. Level 4th year. So I can just do that. So it's all lowercase, no hyphens, nothing, no special level letters. It's just like what you would do with a URL. It's also something you can't change. The only thing you can do is delete this book if you want to change the URL. Please just put your hand up or just grab your microphone if you have questions along the way. And so then it's just a matter of cloning the book. So you clone it. And it takes a few minutes. It's taking all the chapters you can see. So you're getting the whole structure. You're just getting the whole book into your books. And I'm going to delete this after because I don't actually want to clone it. Okay, and so it's not just U of Regina books. You can use any book in the catalog and probably any URL for creating or cloning a book. And so what you have now is a new book. So you go into My Books and, okay, I'm not going to see which one is mine. Okay, let's say this one is now the cloned book. Okay, so you can see up here, level 4, that's what I just did. So this is my book. And this is what you will see. You've got edit book info, organize your book, change the theme, manage users, view analytics, delete book. So we'll look at each of those. And it's the same thing. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna create a book now. Show you how to do that. So create book. Okay, so greetings, you get this little form. And this is the same thing. So if you're going to make you have to make a URL, and I'm just going to say sample book 400 in case Arlysse has used that several times. And so this is my sample book. So this is the URL. This is what you can't change unless you delete the book. And this is the book title, which can be changed at any time. And this is, would you like your book to be visible to the public? Absolutely not. I haven't created this book yet. So choose no and create the book. Okay, so now you're going back to your dashboard and, well, it takes you right there this time. So this is my sample book. Now we have two books open. No, we don't just have one book open. So right now, this is what your book looks like. It's just sample book. You're the author. There are no contents. There's a body with no chapters. And there's all of this just populated into your book information. So you go to admin, you go to your dashboard, you choose your book, and you can edit book here or you can edit book here. So let's go into edit book info. The book info is your cover. It's the general information about your book. It's the metadata. It is all of your contributors can be added here. When you go to publish, you put your publication date. I've seen a lot of, well, not a lot, but some books that don't put a publication date. It's really important to put that in there. You will apply for an ISBN number. You can put it in here. A CIP number can be added as well. And a DOI, if you've generated a DOI, can be put here. You put your subject area. This is for indexing. So so it makes it easier to find your book. So you add your primary subject terms. And that is just all the book information. And the copyright holder, the copyright license, you can choose all of these. Your institution, that's important because you saw when I was searching, maybe you didn't, the institution in the library, that is how it's cataloged. And this is where you would put your cover. Then you save, always save everything you do, save. Okay, so that's the book information. Let's go back to edit book. There's, this is interesting. Okay, so that's just telling you the information. So I want actually to visit the dashboard. Okay, so let's organize the book. So right up off the bat, it's given you front matter, main body, back matter. You will want to change these. Add front matter if you want. We can do that. So introduction. This is a sample book. So this is so easy. It's just what you see is what you get. Text box that you put your information in, and then you press create. And now we can just have a preview of that. So here's your introduction, and there's the text that you put in, and you can go back to edit mode. So these, so let's go back to front matter. Let's go back to organize. So the introduction was added because it already had an introduction. I don't need both, so I'm just going to trash that. I'm not sure how to edit that title, so I'll have to look into that. So these are, you can add chapters, you can add front, back matter, glossary terms, chapter types, front matter types. I'm kind of interested in going to all these to see what is there. There's a dedication. So there's pre-formatted additions to your front matter, an abstract before title page. These are things you would just add. So in terms of appearance, there are several theme options that you can choose. You would just go in here and select whatever kind of font, the colors that you like, whatever you think would match the type of information that you're conveying, because some of these are rather bookish, fictional, some of them creative. So you'd want to choose something. If it's just like an informational text, this might be a good font. Lewis theme, Gutenberg Galaxy. So I would just activate to change the theme of my book. And that's going to format your font. So let's go back and have a look. It's going to look like this. Your font is, it's going to have a line, it's going to have a chapter, which is in numbers. Any questions so far? Okay, so that's the theme. We also have plugins, and it's been my experience that every book you create, you have to activate the plugins. So if you want to add H5P, you would activate the H5P plugin. Everyone know what H5P is? H5Ps are the things that you put in Moodle. You can import them. There's lots of different styles and types of H5P. This is h5p.org. There's a bunch of examples. There's also, I thought I was logged in. I am. You can create them here and import them, embed them in your textbook, or you can create them right in your book. So if I was to create an H5P, go back to my admin. Oh, go back to my admin. Okay, so now we've got H5P content. We want to add a new one. We're going to add it to the library of this book. So we'd add a new one. So you need to get the hub, and so I want to put an interactive video in mine. So you can just install that. Takes a few minutes to install. These are just the examples of ways you can use interactive video. So what you do with an interactive video is upload your video, and then you can add little hotspots, little questions, little dots which pull out information, or a little quiz on what has been learned. So that's a whole nother session on H5Ps. You may want to get acquainted with them because their interactive content is shown to be quite engaging for students. So another thing, oh, there we go. So we can use it now. Okay, so I'm just gonna enter, copy and paste the URL that I just went and captured. And now you can add interactions. There's all kinds of interactions. You can add text, tables. To add an interaction, drag an element from the toolbar and drop it in your video. So do you want to fill in the blank question here? Then you would fill out all this form, and that's going to appear in the video in your textbook. When students see it, they can just click on it, and it's going to draw. Like, I didn't put anything in that form, so it won't show anything, but that's what's going to happen. So and you can put it at any point, so you can choose, at what, if it's going to be at 3.02 in your video, so you just drop it at that point.
For the benefit of their students.
Questions? Okay, so back to plugins. There are some other plugins that you might want to activate. Hypothesis is active, so you can adjust. I just learned this yesterday and I just tried it out. So you can just adjust your hypothesis settings in the settings mode. And so hypothesis is an annotation software so that students can highlight things, take notes, and converse with each other. And you can just choose what you want to activate in terms of all of these parts. Can also use it for editing, copy editing. So your editor, and you can make it private. And so your editor has access to your chapters and can just highlight the things and comment on them, track any edits. There is LaTeX as well. This might be interesting to you, Robert. Somewhere. Well, I could just search it. Not even sure I'm saying that right. So you would activate your plugin in order to use formulas, and you can adjust the settings here. So once you've activated your plugins, you should be able to see them in your chapter or in your book. So you can edit the chapter 1 title here, and you can add your content in the box, and then you save, and you can preview when you've finished your whole book and made sure everything is attributed properly and quality assurance checks have been done. Then you would choose to publish. It's not, oh, it's publish here. There it is, right here. So if you're working on a Word document and that's where you created all your content, you can import it here. And if you're using the settings in Word, so the heading setting and the the paragraph setting for your fonts, all those kinds of settings, those will transfer right into Pressbooks. And so you don't have to adjust it. It's going to be, your chapters are there, your text is there. It's going to take all that metadata and use it to create your book, to import it. Export is how your students will be able to read, or your readers will be able to access. And so you choose all your export options that you want: PDF for print, PDF for digital, XML. I don't even know what all of these are. Maybe Robert does. Open document, WordPress. So these are all the different ways people can read it. I think some of them would allow them to read it on their book reader. So yeah, so you make it really accessible for your readers once you publish. And any questions? Oh, there's a chat item. Can copying and customizing a book be done with any CC license? BY is just attribution, so it's completely open for copying. So you can retain a copy, you can redistribute, you can reuse, remix with the BY license. Does that answer your question, Amy? Good. You got a raised hand, yes? Please speak.
Thank you for taking my question. The question was more rather that if you are using a textbook that is written under CC BY license, can you use this tool to customize any book or only the books in the Ugina library?
That's what I wasn't sure. Like, let's try one. Does anyone know a URL of a book that they'd like? Let's say it's in BC Commons. Let's see here. There. Okay, so let's try this social sciences one I was looking at the other day. Here's the online. So PDF you'd have to convert it. It doesn't do PDF, but this it's already in Pressbooks, so I can't really tell you. But okay, it is another, yeah, I don't know. Okay, I know, I'll take my book, which is also in PDF, so I can't do that either. Does anyone know of an open book? You're gonna have to try it. Put the URL in of an open book and see if you can clone it. I think you should be able to. It just depends the format. So if it's HTML, yes, but if it's PDF, no. You have to convert that PDF to a Word document or HTML document, and then you'd be able to import it. Does that answer, Amy?
Yeah, thank
Best
you.
I can.
Yeah, I know OpenStax textbooks they all have, some books have Word document formats, or you can convert the PDF. So yeah, that answers the question. Thank you.
Good. Okay. So here someone's created a link for us to follow up on. It looks like it's also a Pressbook, so yeah, it would definitely transfer.
And Shauna, like, I'm still not completely familiar with the copyright stuff. So the one, it says CC BY and then NCSA, like what do I have to think about for that?
Okay, so for a clone, the only thing you'd be concerned about is non-derivative, no derivative or copyright. So those
Okay,
are if it's licensed with an ND, it cannot be, there's no derivatives. But if it's an NC that's non-commercial, it just can't be used for profit or commercial use. So a
so
textbook company
this one is good to go then. I don't have to.
Yeah, this one
Amazing.
is yeah, it's non-commercial, share alike, which means you'd have to use the very same license if you cloned this book.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Amazing.
if there's no more questions about the Pressbooks Sandbox, I'll go back to the slides if I can find them. There they are. Can you see the slides? Okay. These are the things that Arlysse wanted to convey to you. So yeah, she has the steps: create a new book or clone a new book, do the appearance, theme, styles, and cover, beginning, front matter, who, what, where, like important to add who, what, when, and where, the main chapters, the back matter. What I want to say about the back matter is be sure to add not just a contributors page if you have lots of contributors, because the only people that will show up in the author is if it's an edited collection, are the editors, just the same as a commercial textbook. But what else? You should also have a versioning history at the back, in the back matter, so that as you update, and if it's not substantial, it's version 1.0, here's like that's what it is when you create it, and then from there you go up incrementally in the digits as you create changes. So troubleshoot. Sorry, keep a Word document. Yes, don't lose it. Don't just add it to Pressbooks and forget to save. Although someone said that automatically happens, I still wouldn't trust it. Keep a Word document, create a schedule, consider mobile. So that would be in your export options, how people can read it. Consider that. So here's a book. We want to read it, but what is it going to look like on a screen? So you want to look at that. Darn. Okay, so you want your screen to shrink like this so you can see what it's going to look like on a mobile phone. Okay, so back to the slides. Test everything. So just look at it, preview it, and ask for help if you need it. I'm here. If it's a Pressbook technical issue, I'm here, and Arlysse is also someone who can be contacted for that. There are practical resources for you to use. This is the user guide, and there's a Pressbooks YouTube channel as well. And so there's a Pressbooks YouTube channel for all sorts of information about how to use it. And this user guide is got lots of information. It's more like a reference, so you'd use it as you have questions. And here's a question. You need to use the same license or a compatible license, maybe stronger CC license, for instance. Do you want to explain your comment, Robert?
Oh, sorry, I was just replying to the comment about the licensing. So if when you make a clone of something, you would either have to use the same license, or you'd have to use you could maybe use a stronger license. So for instance, if I clone somebody else's book, I might be able to add the no derivatives to my clone version. But for instance, I couldn't clone somebody's book and then remove the share alike. Okay, so when you're thinking about cloning a book, you'll either have to probably keep the same license, or maybe you can make it stronger, but you certainly couldn't make it weaker.
That's a good point. Yeah. So you wouldn't take anything out of their license, but you could add the ND, for instance.
And I would say something about non-commercial licenses, actually, if I can just interject. I mean, if you say non-commercial, in some jurisdictions, that might mean that your book can't be printed by a commercial printer. And so that's something to think about if you want people to be able to have printed copies of your book. In some ways, and this is horrible, but originally a lot of people put it's actual publishers who put the non-commercial license. They made a free version of their book and put the non-commercial license on it, so that the only way you could get a printed copy is through them. Now, some of this has been challenged in court. I think in the US, there might be a big court case that happened about this. And I think it might have been decided that non-commercial still allowed you to print, which made some of the publishers mad. But it's funny because you think, I don't want to let people take advantage of this in a commercial way, but that does restrict printing. So or might in some jurisdictions. I don't know what the status is now. You might have to talk to the librarians about what that is. So
I think that if it's not, I mean, you could, yeah, Christina and I have had these discussions. If you print it and it's very clear that this is just paper cost, paper and ink cost, you could do it. But yeah, it does get a little gray areaed when it's for non-commercial, but it is for that reason that you were mentioning that textbook, commercial textbooks companies could take up your OER and start charging for it. And that's why on our contract, our grant funded OERs, the license is non-commercial share alike. Any other questions or comments? Okay, we'll go back to this slideshow. Cloning a book is a viable and practical resource solution. Yes, so if there's something out there, it's best not to duplicate. If it doesn't need to be, it can be slightly adapted, and we do have small adaptation grants as well. Practice what we preach. Make sure you attribute and acknowledge the people that have created that resource, but also in terms of if you were in this morning's session, reciprocity and respect, even if it is a public domain book or a BY book, let the person who created that OER know if you plan to clone it, just out of respect. If in doubt, ask for written permission. That's if there's not a clear open license on this product, make sure you go back to the creator and ask for written permission. Inquire about collaborations. I'm not sure what she was going to say about that. She hasn't got notes on here. Yeah, get creative with local content and H5P. Yeah, try to make it interesting and engaging. Use the tools that are out there to do that. So we have in our catalog a University of Regina OER by subject directory. These are not authorized textbooks in any way. It's just a collection of books by subject area to help you with your looking for, and I can get you, just to help you when you're looking for an open educational textbook to use. And so Faculty of Arts, it's by all of our faculties. So there's just some suggestions in the Faculty of Arts, Faculty of Science, Faculty of Education, Kinesiology and Health Studies, Nursing, Social Work, Media Art and Performance, Engineering, Applied Science, Hill School of Business, Indigenous Studies, Business Admin, Public Policy, and Graduate Studies. So you might have a look through that when you're doing your scan for scanning the environment for what's out there. And so when you're reading books on Pressbooks, you don't need an account. You can just go and you have access to them, just so you know. There are library research guides. I think this is a link, but maybe not. It is, yeah. So, oh, nope. Didn't work. Okay. So there are, if you go to the Archer Library, they do have some guides on the open access page, open educational resources, open textbooks. This is a magical world. Yes, I already showed you that on Pressbooks, that you can, it's just like UR Courses Moodle. You can create your H5Ps right in the book. If you need help, I'm available for that as well if you're having trouble, because some people really struggle to get the H5P to work or to figure that out. Okay. So not seeing the links. Okay. So the links I'll give you to the Pressbooks, and that should give you all the links you need. All the guides. So is there any limit to the number of readers who can simultaneously access the book? No, not that I'm aware of. I mean, if it was overrun by people, which I can't imagine happening. So you're thinking like, can a whole class of students access it at the same time? I've not heard any problem with that.
Shauna, I'm assuming you can clone a book, and if there's other press books that have, you know, a chapter that you'd like to incorporate into your new version, there's a way to do that as well.
Yeah. So if you were like gonna use several chapters, I would just clone the book and then take out the chapters you don't want. But if you're just going to use a couple of chapters, you would just copy and paste them into yours.
Okay. Okay, you
Yeah,
can do that pretty easily. Okay.
it's a tough question. I mean, you could try importing and using the URL for the specific chapters, and I'm not sure what would happen. I really don't know if you could do that to a book. I haven't tried that, but it's worth a try. Any other questions? I think that's it for today then. I am here, like I said, if you need some individual help with your Pressbook development. And so is Arlysse. So she's with the library. And if you have lots of copyright questions, Christina Winters with the library, and there's also a session coming up next that she's going to present on Creative Commons. Okay, thanks everybody for coming. Take care. Have some lunch.